The man suddenly received a strange package. It was nearly impossible to see with the naked eye. Using a special pair of glasses, he magnified it several times and finally saw the recipient's information. It turned out to be a tiny planet. Mike had no idea that by stepping down, he would cause such a huge disaster for this planet. A plane passing by couldn't turn in time and crashed into a pile of wreckage. Just as Mike was about to take a step forward, he heard a series of cries for help coming from below. The strange thing was, Mike looked around but couldn't find anything unusual. So, he ignored it and kept walking. What he didn't know was, his step had wiped out an entire city. In just a few minutes, disasters began to strike this planet one after another. The worst part was, the inhabitants of the planet didn't even know that the source of the disasters was Mike's step. The terror kept escalating, and the military hadn't even assembled yet, becoming nothing but cannon fodder. The most ridiculous part was, the one causing all this destruction seemed completely unconcerned, casually strolling around the planet and tossing his empty drink bottle on the ground. To him, it was just useless trash, but to the planet, it was like dropping a nuclear bomb. Seeing disaster closing in, Anna ran desperately, finally finding a bicycle, only to discover it was locked. She struggled to find a car, only to realize it was out of gas. Mike searched everywhere but still couldn't find the recipient. Frustrated, he called Anna's number, but oddly, when the call connected, all he could hear was screams. What Mike didn't know was, at that moment, Anna was facing a life-or-death crisis and had no time to answer the phone. Anna, tripping and falling, saw death slowly closing in, and finally, she closed her eyes, resigned to her fate. However, when she opened her eyes again, she was still alive. It turned out that Mike had followed the sound of the screams and found the location of the drink bottle, but he still found nothing. In a fit of rage, he kicked the bottle into space. Unfortunately, Anna happened to be lying next to it. Mike, having failed to find the recipient, decided to head back. As the disaster star was finally leaving, the entire planet cheered in relief. But sadly, they celebrated too soon. The spaceship's tail released intense flames, and the heat, over 1,000 degrees, burned the entire planet to ashes. Anna, drifting in outer space, became the sole survivor. She had lost her home, but strangely, she received her package.